Rewriting. A summary is a clear, compact, logical gist of a passage. It preserves only the essential or important ideas of the original. According to Oxford Dictionary, it is a short version of a speech or a piece of writing that gives the main points of ideas. Summary writing is one of the most useful skills you can acquire for your work both as a student and as a professional. It will help you not only in school to score marks but also as you grow up. When you start working, you will be attending seminars, meetings, and other events. You will have to give a gist of what you have understood to your colleagues. At that time, note making or summarizing your event will help you a lot. Summary writing involves summarizing a document to convey the maximum amount of information to a reader in minimum words. When you summarize information, you find ideas in an article, essay, report, or other documents and rephrase them. You shorten the most important idea or ideas in the source material and express your understanding of them in your own words. Summarizing is the process of reducing a section of the text to a smaller chunk of important information. This involves deleting unnecessary and redundant information, simplifying long lists or generalizing specifics and developing a main idea. Students have to summarize the passage given under question 4a. You have to summarize the passage in your own words. The breakup of the marks is when you suggest a suitable title, it will give you 1 mark. The central idea of the passage will give you 2 marks, and use of appropriate language, the punctuation, the grammar, sentence structure will give you 2 marks. So in total, it is out of 5 marks. The following are the necessary guidelines while writing a summary. Read the passage carefully twice or thrice. You have to skim through the passage first. That is, just going through it and next you have to scan the passage. That is, you will read each sentence a little more deeply and understand what is written. Next is note the essential points of the passage. Now you will find the key words in the passage. The key words will be the most important aspects of the passage. Every sentence will have something important. So you have to pick out the keywords and make notes. And while writing the notes, you have to use your own words. You can make notes at the side in your paper so that you can get an idea while writing the summary. Omit the irrelevant repeated points. You can omit all the unnecessary information or the long phrases which could be replaced by one word. For example, there were too many people gathered in the hall. Instead, you can say there was a crowd in the hall. Arrange the essential points in a logical sequence. Avoid words like in my opinion, I believe that, etc. Exclude proverbs, illustrations, repetitions, and quotations. It must be written in simple language. You may use some words of the writer, but the summary has to be in your words. Check for spelling and grammatical mistakes and errors in punctuation. The summary should not be very lengthy. Adopt an objective approach. Don't add personal ideas to a summary. The summary has to be written in the past tense, third person form, and indirect speech. Write a final draft after omitting all the unnecessary information in the rough draft and give a suitable title or heading to the summary. We will now see an example. We'll read out the passage first and then we will do the summary of it. We are what we eat. The type of food we eat has both immediate and long term effect on us at all the three levels: the body, the mind, and the spirit. Food, which is tamasic, that is stale or leftover in nature, is bound to generate stress as it tends to upset the normal functioning of the human body. Fresh food, whenever available, must be preferred. Excessive use of condiments should be avoided. Taking piping hot tea, milk, or steaming hot food also disturbs one's usually calm attitude. Further, it is a mistaken belief that smoking and drinking in moderation relieves stress. Simple meals with one or two food items rather than too many dishes are advisable. Thus, vegetarian diet is preferable, although it is customary to serve fruits with food. It is not the right thing to do. This is because different kinds of digestive secretions are produced by the stomach for variant foods. Mixing up too many varieties of food items at one meal creates unavoidable problems for the digestive system. We will now see the summary. The title is Importance of Food in Our Life. It is scientifically proven fact that our food choices affect our health. The old saying, we are what we eat, is true. Every cell in our body is created from the food we eat. In addition to nourishing our bodies, food also affects the quality of our lives, our appearance, our mood, weight, energy, and well being. Fresh homemade food with one or two food items is better than many dishes. Taking piping hot tea, milk, or steaming hot food, eating fruits after meal, and mixing up too many varieties of food items at one meal creates unavoidable problems for the digestive system. A whole food lifestyle is simply a balanced way of eating that promotes a healthy life. We'll see another example. When you think of chocolate, you probably imagine your favorite chocolate bar. But when it was first discovered over 4,000 years ago, it was actually eaten in the form of a bitter tasting drink mixed with honey, vanilla, and chili peppers. Chocolate is made from a bean called cacao, which is grown on trees that are original to Central and South America. After the beans are picked, they are allowed to ferment and dry for several weeks before being made into chocolate. In the 14th century, the Aztec and Mayan people who lived in Mexico and Central America believed that chocolate had magical properties and hence it was used during major life events like births, marriages, and deaths. The two cultures also consumed chocolate as a drink. They used chocolate at sacred ceremonies and kept it reserved for rulers and priests. In fact, chocolate was so popular that cacao beans were used as currency. For example, in 1545, one cacao bean could buy a large tomato, and 100 cacao beans could be traded for a whole turkey. The summary of the passage: History of Chocolate. The title is given as a history of chocolate because we are talking about how did chocolate come into existence. Unlike the chocolate bars of today, now if you see unlike, the word unlike is used, the chocolate bars of today, when first discovered, chocolate was first served as a bitter tasting drink. Chocolate is made by fermenting and drying cacao beans that are native to Central and South America. The 14th century Mexicans and Central Americans believed that chocolate had magical properties. Hence, chocolate was consumed extensively at their major life events. Now, they have not written about births, marriages, etc. Chocolate was also used at sacred ceremonies, keeping it reserved for rulers and priests. The use of cacao beans as a currency goes to show the popularity of chocolate during that era.